Hello my friends, if you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. My name's Alana, and here at Classy on the Run, we love talking about beautiful things, beautiful bags, beautiful places to travel. I love talking about makeup. I love talking about travel when we're not in a global pandemic, and of course, handbags. Handbags are a particular passion of mine, and there's something I just love talking about and love sharing with you guys. I love the functionality, I love how beautiful they are, and today I wanted to talk about how to build and grow your luxury handbag collection. And you know what, scratch that. Let's just say how to grow and build your handbag collection. So the first thing I do just want to say is, I know that when I watch luxury like handbag YouTubers and I look at their collections and I'm just like, goals. But unfortunately, you don't just wake up one morning, buy your first piece of Louis Vuitton, and then boom, have a collection just full of designer things. It takes time, it takes hard work, it takes saving your money, and you know, it might take a promotion or two. But I wanted to talk about sort of how I've grown my collection, some tips I've learned along the way. There's still so many pieces on my wish list, but I know it takes time. You know, they're not cheap. Obviously they're not something I can buy every day, but I like to work hard, I like to play hard. You know, when you're working towards different goals or you're working towards promotions, I think it's totally fair to treat yourself. So the first thing I want to say about growing and building your luxury collection, and like I said, we're starting with the understanding that we're not just going to wake up one morning and buy all the designer pieces we want. So the first tip I have for you guys is think about the collection you already have. Think about the purses that you already have. If you're at the stage in your life and your handbag journey where you want to get, say, a Louis Vuitton piece or Dior, Chanel, Givenchy, etc., you probably, and I'm just going on a limb here, you probably have some Kate Spade, some Coach, and some Michael Kors. Those were the bags that I started off with. I remember when I was in university and I got my very first Kate Spade bag, and I was like, this is luxury, this is living. How could anyone buy a $2,000 Louis Vuitton bag? You know, and here we are. But when I was in university and I was a student, you know, buying a Kate Spade piece was something really, really special to me. And it's still something special to me. Those pieces are not cheap. But, you know, I'm just saying that if you're at the point where you're probably looking at some of these luxury fashion house bags, you probably have some contemporary pieces. So I think those pieces are a great way to learn about yourself and what you like. Do you like crossbody bags? Do you like tote bags? Do you like top handle bags? Big bags, small bags, like just, you know, when you look at what your favorite bags are in your collection already, I think you're going to get a sense of what the right bag for you is. For example, if you love a crossbody bag with a top handle option, maybe a Louis Vuitton Speedy is the right bag. If you love a tote bag, maybe you're going to be a Neverfull kind of girl. But I would just say start by looking at the collection you have and really analyzing it. Think about what you like, what you don't like, what you use, what you don't use, what size you reach for, and just kind of use that information to help know yourself, so that way when you are going to invest in your first designer piece, you're not throwing $2,000 down the drain or more. Many of these pieces have gone up. So the next thing I want to say is think about your lifestyle. So are you looking for a work bag? Are you looking for an everyday bag? Do you go to evening events? You think about what functionality you need a bag to do for you. So I think that as you're building your collection, you ultimately, and you can have as many of these as you want, but I think ultimately you want to have, so I've just got my notes down here. You want to have a work bag, an evening bag, and an everyday bag. And if those are the three that you're kind of categories to start with, and you can grow that to having a summer bag or a large bag or a small bag or a tote bag. But I think ultimately you need a bag that you can use for work, a bag that you can use kind of every day for errands, something like that, and a bag that you can use in the evening. I would also suggest that you really look at your personal style to make sure that you're picking colors that you can use all season, all year, that, you know, you're not putting a bag away for 3 seasons of the year. So I personally prefer that when I'm looking at luxury and designer pieces, I like to look at neutrals. You know, I love the canvases from Louis Vuitton. I love beiges, browns, black, and I like those timeless colors if I'm gonna pay that kind of price point. Whereas if I want to get a pop of color, because I don't wear a lot of color, I still do want to have some color in my collection. I like to get those, preferably from the Kate Spade outlet, but either from Kate Spade, you know, or Coach, or even Michael Kors, you know, Tory Burch, they have a great outlet near me, you know, or even like Ted Baker, like sort of bags more at that price point, and especially if I can get them on sale, slash I basically only buy those kind of bags when they're on sale. So another thing that you can sort of think about is, look, I am in no way, shape, or form at the point in my life when I'm gonna have an Hermes Kelly, but I know that when honestly, let's say if I ever had the budget for that kind of bag and it was Kelly versus Birkin, I would pick a Kelly. And that's because I got this Kate Spade bag a number of years ago, and it has Kelly vibes. You know, it's got the little top handle, it's got, you know, a crossbody strap. It's very Kelly, it's just not nearly a Kelly budget. This was less than $100 at the Kate Spade outlet. But I absolutely love this bag. It's one of my favorite fall bags. And because I got that bag, honestly, like years ago, like honestly, before I even knew what an Hermes Kelly is, I loved that shape and that feel. And it's only as I've learned more about bags that I realized that bag is very Kelly. And so, you know, you can learn a lot from the bags you've already got. So I think you should really start with the classic bags that aren't going to go to style, bags that have really stood the test of time, and those colors that aren't going anywhere. And over time, replace your lower end bags with the higher end bags. And I'm not saying you have to get rid of them, but sort of if you have, you know, a work bag, an everyday bag, and an evening bag, then, you know, maybe the first bag you get is an everyday bag. And so you bring that one into your rotation. And you sort of, one at a time, you know, maybe it's one a year, maybe it's one every other year, you can sort of bring a bag in to sort of replace a bag that you're already using and loving because you know you love that style. And then fill in the gaps with contemporary. So for example, I just bought this beautiful Toujours Kate Spade bag, and this fills a gap where, you know what, I'm a couple years into my career, I have a great job, I'm very fortunate, and I can't afford to buy a designer bag to fill every single want and need of mine. So that bag that I just showed you fills a need where I need a better work bag. And I don't actually want to spend a ton on it because I am hard on my work bags, but I want something that looks polished and pretty. And so that bag I actually got on sale, and it just perfectly fits the bill for what I'm looking for. As you begin your luxury journey, make sure to take good care of them. Polish them. If you notice a scruff, inspect them every time you take them out. Just take good care of them, you know, invest the time in them that you've invested the money in. I think those bags deserve it, you know, keep them looking good. You spent a lot on them, and when the bags look good, you feel good, and then you just, that confidence beams through. I would also consider your small leather goods. So there's a two-part to that. One is there are some small leather goods like my Louis Vuitton key pouch that actually are good for my purses, because instead of my keys just dangling around scratching whatever they want to scratch inside my purse, now they're contained in this little pouch. And so one is, think about the small leather goods like that. They're going to protect the inside of your bags. But then two, you know, think about a small leather good as a way to get a taste of something. So I was always a damier ebene, damier azur girl from Louis Vuitton, but recently Monogram has really just been speaking to me. So I picked up this little key pouch in Monogram, and I realized I really like Monogram. You know, so sometimes a small leather good, it can introduce you to the leather that a brand makes. I'll show you another example actually. So like I said, it can introduce you to the leather or the products a brand uses. It can give you a taste of that brand, usually at a more reasonable price point. I recently picked up this Senreve bracelet pouch, actually on Poshmark. It was a steal, because I live in Canada and I can't go to the Senreve. I'd love to get one of their bags, but I can't go and try it on, and I don't know the quality of their workmanship or their fabric. So this let me get a sense for their leather and just realize it's really nice. And so that's another great way to use small leather goods as sort of you're building your collection. My final tip is consider buying things pre-loved. When I was earlier in my luxury handbag journey, I would never have considered that. But now that I know there's so many authenticated and just high quality luxury resellers, whether they're beautiful consignment shops you can visit in person, or Fashion File, or The Real, those are two of my favorites, you can find authentic, beautiful luxury pieces at really good prices. I find that Louis Vuitton generally tends to hold its value, but my Lady Dior bag, we paid about $1,600 US and it retails for like $5,500 US. It's a lot of savings. So there are certain bags and brands that if you love them, you can save a lot by buying them used. Let somebody else drive that car off the lot. And I will also just say, you know, have fun, pick the pieces that speak to you, but I would just really encourage you to think them through, try them on, visit them, research them, just make sure they're gonna work for you, make sure that they're pieces that you're gonna love and enjoy. I will say I didn't perfectly follow all the rules I've laid out, but I think I've done a really good job at building my collection in a very thoughtful and meaningful way. I know what my next piece is going to be. Definitely have my eye on a Speedy 25 in monogram, but you know, just sort of build it intentionally and just think about where you're going to use each piece and how you're going to wear it. So those are my tips for how to start your luxury handbag collection. If you have any other tips, leave them in the comments below. Oh, last thing I'm just gonna add, if you're looking at buying like Kate Spade, Michael Kors, Coach, go to the outlet. To me, if a brand has an outlet, go there first, or at least buy it on sale. So anyways, oh, and I would also just add, like, your collection doesn't have to be all luxury. You can have contemporary. You can have a cute bag from Target. Like, if there's a piece you love, it doesn't matter how expensive or not expensive it is. It just matters that you love it and that it looks beautiful with your outfits and it makes you feel beautiful. The last piece that I'll add is, I love, you know, having some luxury small leather goods. I also have Kate Spade small leather goods. You know, just find pieces you like. But anyways, that is overall my philosophy on how to build your luxury handbag collection. I hope you find it interesting. I hope you find it helpful. Leave some comments down below if you have any other tips. I'd love to hear them. And I will also just add that for my friends who are here because of makeup, I have two very exciting makeup videos I'm filming for you guys tomorrow along the same lines of how to sort of like makeup bags for beginners, drugstore, and high-end version. So I've been doing a lot, I've been having a lot of fun taking friends shopping for kind of their first makeup collections lately. Anyways, all of that is to say that is how you should start your luxury handbag collection, one piece that you love at a time. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Mwah.